Hello and welcome to part 2 of the repair and refurbish of this Dell Studio 1737 video. Right, now, if you remember from part 1, we had some of the bits arrived, so we were able to change the hard drive over for an SSD, which gave it a much needed speed improvement. We also changed the keyboard as well because there were some keys that weren't working. So now we've got a few more bits. In fact, we've got everything except the battery, and I think that's coming from China anyway, so yeah, it could be a little while, but you know, that's not really anything major. Also, we've got a new set of replacement internal speakers for it. We've got a new Wi-Fi card as well. So what I'll do, we'll change those over. They'll be a bit more involved than the previous repairs we did. In fact, we're going to have to get right down to the the main motherboard, and while we're there, we might as well clean out the CPU fan and sort that out as well. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get it open. Right, so this is pretty much where we were before replacing the keyboard and the hard disk. As you can see, we need to replace these speakers here. Now, the wire that they are on, there's the red one here and the white one here, that goes all the way down underneath this here and then comes through here. So we need to try and take this part away. Now, I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to do that without removing the monitor. Okay, here. Because if you can look, all the antenna cables, the camera cable, the LCD cable, all that, all runs through this thing here, as you can see. So, what we need to do, I imagine, is start taking these things off here. So this is the main display out, I think. So that's there. Let's see what this one is. I think this is probably either the webcam or something. I don't know how we get that up. Let's take this one out here. Okay, so I think that's the audio. Oh, could do with some little tweezers. This one here, again, is, I think this one's probably the webcam. Right, I'm going to get some tweezers, make this a bit easier for myself. That one out. I don't know how this comes out. I'll have to have a closer look at that. This one here, that's out. So the others is this one here, which goes through to the network and the Bluetooth, and the same as this one here. So we're going to have to turn it over. These are the cables here. So tease these out. There we go, and that can be pulled through. Same with this one. That one's back in there, didn't it? that one out. This one's a bit more tricky. Okay, we're not going to do that without, without getting that awkward thing off. Right, let's do the Bluetooth one. Oh dear, oh dear. Out we come. Right. Okay. That's that one out. So this is the webcam. So bloody awkward. I can't really see. The lighting in here is not all that great. So it's going to be even harder to get back in. Right, okay, so I think that we're now in a position where we can detach the screen. So, just back in there. They're quite big screws, so don't get confused with the others. A separate container. This one here. This might even be the power button. Who knows? Right. On there. On here, and there should be one more, and that's the complete screen assembly off. We can give that a clean. I don't think we need to do anything other than clean the screen. There's nothing wrong with it. Right, okay, that's all those three screws out. Now this should just lift away. Now, there we go. We have a screenless laptop. So now it's a case of we need to take this off, this whole bit of plastic here, which connects, I think it's the trackpad, and a couple of other bits are connected as well. Right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll disconnect these things here. Mouse buttons, I think, MB. Probably same here. Okay, that we've already done. This is for other things like biometric sensors, which we don't have. So we've now got to take some screws out. More screws. These look like a slightly different size too. Okay, so just these two, I think. Right, I'm wondering if this is enough. we'll have a good look over. So as well as taking those screws out of there, we go back underneath, and we've got quite a few screws in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8. Oh, possibly 9 there. So I'm going to take all these out as well. I love magnetic screwdrivers. 1. No. That one in there? Don't think it is. Oh, this is a pain to get out, this one. One here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure there's one more somewhere. Let me just have a look. That's that one there. None there. The only one I can see is possibly down here. Let's just see the length of it. Looks like it could be it. Yeah, that's the same length. Where do we get this thing off? Oop, something still screwed in there. Oh, I can't see what it is. Oh no, just needed a bit of teasing out. Oh, that fan is filthy, isn't it? So we can clean that out. Right, so for now, let's just move this. We will look at the thing we want to concentrate most on is these two speakers. Okay, which I think there's 2 screws each. Oh, these are very tiny. Very tiny. Use a precision set. Right, let's just loosen them. Right, these can go here. So try with this. Oh, we can just about do it. Okay, right. That's these speakers sort of untied from there. Oh, great. Look, this is sodding tape. Why? Why? I don't even have any replacement tape I could use. Okay, so hardly used all the tape, did it? Ugh. Horrible. Right. I've got to tape this side. Right. Oh, there we go. Right. Look at the state of these. They're disgusting, aren't they? So they're labelled up left and right. So let me just get my replacement. Here we go. Still got the same shitty bits of tape on them. Right. Okay. So let's sort them out. This is right. So if we do these bits first, just get them in, get them screwed down. Okay, so we'll do this one. We'll worry about feeding the wires through properly in a bit. Let's just get the things in. Right, in we are. That's in nicely. That goes in here. Pull it through. Then we feed this bit into here like so. Oh, I think that went very well, did it? Just use a little flat bladed screwdriver for that. Just to push it under those bits there. Come on, in you go. Right, that's that bit. Oh, not nice. I'm going to do it again with the antenna cables, haven't I? This bit still isn't right, is it? Oh, don't want to break the cable. having got this far, let's just have a look how it is. Right, it's literally, I can't go flat, it's here. Where it goes. And then under here. Still doesn't feel right. That feels better. Let's just get this as far as this, and then we'll. Oh, this doesn't take down anymore. Too fussed about the tape side of things. That'll do, I think. Yeah, this just pops in. Right, I think that's this bit replaced. That's the speakers. And now we'll have a look at maybe cleaning out the fan and then putting some thermal paste on the heatsink for the CPU and the GPU. Right, so two things left to do, because the battery isn't here yet. I think it's probably coming from China. Is we'll take out the CPU fan and give that a good old clean, because that's got loads of dust and stuff in it, which won't be doing it much good. And we'll check the, we'll freshen up the thermal paste on the heatsink for the CPU and GPU. Okay, so this just comes out here. Right. Okay, let's take this out and give it a clean. Okay, right, I've just sprayed it all over with isopropyl alcohol. And I'm just going to use this these earbuds to just get some of the gunge out. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty grim, isn't it? Alright, this is almost done. About as good as we can get it. You're getting in all the little nooks and crannies there. Right, let's give it one more blast with the IPA. Right, this is 99%. So we will just a little bit more in there, because it does evaporate pretty quickly. Look at that, it's vile. I mean, it spins around pretty freely now. Not bad. It's not bad at all. That's all over my hands now. Right, okay, so we'll let that finish sort of drying off a bit. I know it doesn't take long, but I can still see some more gunge in here. Well, you can't see it very well on the camera, but when the light's shining in, you can see it just looks a bit manky. So, yeah. One more of these, just down here. It's almost done now. And it's just maybe these blades. Yeah, I think that should do us. And a bit around here. Right, I think we can probably get this back into the laptop. Okay, so let's just line that up, and we can start putting this back in. And we can probably put the palm rest back on now as well, because we finished on this side of it. I won't do it up completely tight. I'll make sure I get all the screws into the right holes first. These. There we go. And this will just slide into here. Get that in. Yep, that's in. Superb. Right, I reckon we can get the palm rest on now. Back on. Sure that's all clicked in, which it is. Oops. Oh, come on. Now, why doesn't it want to go in? What have I done wrong? That seems alright. Maybe just needed a bit of pressure on it. Ooh. Oh, come on, you stupid bloody thing. I really don't want to go on, so I don't reckon there is anything. Maybe it's here. That seems better. I'll have to go back to watch some footage and see what did go in there. I think it might be where the media bar goes on. Right. Okay, so let's connect mouse buttons and that up. One. Oh, come on, this is fiddly. Very fiddly. That's in. And the last one, this is our speaker cable. Oh, looks like it does go in upside down. Okay, that's in now. Right, excellent. So, let's flip this over. So the heat sinks is here and here. Now these have got numbers on, so I think that's the position, that's the order we undo them. And probably do them up as well. Oh, look at that dirt. Right, more cleaning to do. The first things first. Let's get the IPA and the old earbuds and get this old CPU stuff off. Okay. That just falls off now, doesn't it? Right. Okay. We have some thermal grease here. Don't know if I can't find a needle to pierce this thing with, so I might have to take this off. Right, push it on a bit this way. I need a bit more. This side. That'll do. Just pop a bit here. That's our AMD GPU. Right, okay, let's just pop this back in. Okay, I reckon now this is all clean. Looks pretty good now. Well, let's get this dust out of here. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 in that order. Nice and tight. That's nice and tight. This one is nice and tight. Okay, that's on there pretty good. Right, so I think that is all the maintenance we can do on this one. So it's now, I suppose, time to reassemble it, and we will be using the newer Ethernet card. Okay, hardware all sorted. Next up is the screen. I've got a feeling this is going to be the most awkward. So let's do it in the exact order I took it off. Doesn't feel right, that one. Let's undo it and have a look. I think that's right. I just need to hold the screen in place while I do this. Seems to be going on a bit better. The last one. Is that side good? Let's get these in. Right, excellent. Now comes the fun part. Getting all these things in the right place. This is the wireless one, isn't it? This is the Wi-Fi. Pop that through here. Oh, bloody things come off. Right. I'll put that on in a minute. Okay. Yes, this is the tricky bit. That's in there. This is in here. I think I'll do that in a minute actually, because this one has got a this way up thing, hasn't it? Oh, and out it pops. There's got to be a knack with these. I believe we've got another 2 to do after this as well. Okay, that one's in. This side isn't though. I think that's in. That seems pretty good. This one isn't quite so good though. I might have to pull it out and do it bit by bit here. This is the bit I've been dreading the most on this laptop. That's in now. Oh, that was fiddly. Okay, that's in. This isn't quite in, is it? Right, there's a load more. This one goes under here. I wish there was a really good technique for this. That's there, and this goes in here. This still isn't quite right. Oh, fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. And this goes round here and then down here into here. Where did Right, this is the Bluetooth. So we feed this down into here. Oh, and it's slipped out again. Right, wrestled them in. Just about, I think. So the last thing is this is our upgraded wireless LAN card. The other one was a Intel 5100. This is a 6500, I believe. So it does support the newer protocols. Okay, so it's a case of putting it in here. And after this, it's a case of reassembling it, and there's nothing that you won't have seen already on the previous video for reassembly. So I'll probably cut off once I've done here, and we will fire it up and see if anything still works on it after pulling it apart completely like that. Okay, that's that down. I can go there, and these bits, which I find very, very fiddly to put on, I'll probably do these off camera because they are really fiddly, and you've already seen me trying to get them on before. Right, so through the magic of YouTube, it's all screwed back together. There was no nasty surprises or anything like that. Pretty much went exactly the same way as it did in the first video, just a little bit fiddly. So let's put the mains in, and let's see if she fires up. Well, the media bar did its proper lighting up thing. Oh, the screen is alive! It's not a dead pixel now, it's just a speck of dust. So I'll just ensure that we've got network and everything else like that. Right, it's trouble focusing. It's because of the reflective screen. Well, it looks pretty good to me. That fires up. Okay, so the last test, I suppose, is to just see if we've got the sound that's any better. Right, so let's fire up the Tinterweb. And let's just play one of my YouTube videos. It sounds much better. I mean, it's not the best sound in the world. It's still very tinny. But it's 100% better than what was playing before. It sounded awful. Right, okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, and we'll do this, we'll hook up the HDMI out of this laptop to the capture. I want to look at, because I noticed when I was taking it all to bits, this, what I thought was a DVD writer, is actually a Blu-ray player and DVD writer and CD writer. So we're going to look at how we can play Blu-ray movies on here, seeing as it's going to be a media PC, on Debian, how we do that. Okay, so let's hook it up. Right, so now that our repairs are pretty much done, let's look at how we can configure sort of a modern day operating system Debian to use the Blu-ray drive. I've got a couple of Blu-rays here. They are absolutely essential viewing. So So we'll use one or both of these, and let's see if we can get the Blu-ray so it actually decodes and play these. Okay, let's do it. Right, okay, we've got our system booted up on the capture card. Now, I've done a bit of digging around, and we need to use VLC plus some libraries. So we'll open our Linux command here, after command terminal. So what we're going to do, we're going to do sudo, which is the Linux equivalent of run as administrator. So what we're going to run this, which will update our repository with all the latest available packages. Okay, so it creates a nice index so we know the latest version of everything. And we will do apt install VLC. So we're going to use the VLC player. Okay, so that will automatically install that for us and any dependencies it needs. Okay, now just for argument's sake, we will put this in and we'll see what happens when we just try and play it as it is from VLC. So let's put this into the Blu-ray drive. Okay, and then we'll load VLC. So it should be multimedia. We got VLC media player is now here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll do media, open disk, and we'll do Blu-ray. Okay, and that's our disk drive. Okay, so let's play that. Okay, it's spinning the drive up. Right, okay, so missing AACS configuration file. Yeah, this is all the decoding codecs and everything that we need. Okay, so what we need to do, let's close VLC. Now, I'm sure there's a couple of things we need to install on here. Let's try. It's lib AACS. AACS 0. Already the newest version, okay. Right. So let's try lib Blu-ray 1. No, it doesn't like that. Find out that. Okay, well maybe it's not there. Okay, so there is a decoding file we need to download. So that's a manual one, Debian Blu-ray. Right, so this is our keys data here, I think. So let's get the latest version, and I think we've got to put it here in the home directory, which is tilde, then the .config folder, then .aacs. Right, so let's. Right, this is updated quite. keydb.cfg. Right, let's download that. That's done it as a zip file. Okay, so I can unzip it using the like the equivalent file explorer, but I prefer to do it here. We've got our downloads folder. Okay, so we'll do. Oh, there we go. I've got to keep. There we go. Downloaded. So let's unzip. Right, now we've got to move that into, so let's make the directory, I think, is it .config? Okay. Oh, no, and AACS. Okay, and then we've got to copy it. So I'll move to, and I think we've got to capitalise the key DB if I remember rightly. Key DB ENG dot CFG. Oh no, it's key DB just dot CFG. Okay, so we've moved, basically we've moved the file there. So if we ls directory config ACS, we're looking there. There it is. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we might need to install some additional packages. All right, let's no disk menus. There's also something else we need to do. Oh, and it's working. We've got something. I haven't captured the audio. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, the audio is still coming out the speakers. Let's turn it up. All right, let's see if we can do something about that. Oh, bloody awful. Let's pause it. Oh, tools. Okay. Preferences. Video. Right. What codecs is it using? Input and codecs, or how is it? Enable video, automatic. Codecs, hardware, accelerated decoding. If we disable that and use software. It's made it even worse. Maybe we've got to restart it. See if that's made any difference. And the sound is fine. Oh, that looks better. That looks much better. So we go full screen. That's just F11. I want to get rid of the menus. Fader. I mean, that looks better. Let's see how smooth the movement is. Let's see a bit who runs down the stairs after. Oh God, I'm going to get a nudity rating on here if I play that. And that looks pretty good. Ah, there's the full screen. I think that's acceptable. Yeah, there's no flickering, no sort of rubber banding of the video. So obviously the AMD, well, not the AMD, it's the the actual dual core Duo Intel CPU is doing the work, and that's absolutely fine. So it's not using hardware acceleration. Okay, right. Well, I think I've got everything I need on here. I've got yeah, so I've got all my Plex videos, I've got Netflix and everything else like that. It's a nice big screen. Okay, I've got some external speakers as well. If I want to, I find the built-in ones that aren't good enough. So some USB speakers with a bit more bass if I need them. Battery is on its way from China, although I'll be using this plugged in the bedroom. I've also got some development tools on here as well if I need to do any development work. So yeah, we've got a full keyboard with numpad, so I can use the full suite of emulators, and the ones that need the numpad, which you don't get on most laptops, are the Amiga emulator, which Win UAE, and the Vice emulator for Commodore 128 and PET 64 obviously doesn't need it. So I think we are in pretty good shape, actually. Yeah, the Wi-Fi works on my router fine. The original one was a bit dodgy. It just dropped the connection out, and it was really slow. This new one is absolutely perfect. Okay, there's we've cleaned out the CPU fan and the heatsink. So that's all been cleaned out. Keyboard's working perfectly as well now. Media bar I've got sorted, so all the right lights are coming up and the buttons are working. So you see, you can turn the volume up and down. See, and it comes up on the screen there, which is fine. Yeah, so I'll put a link to this this Blu-ray download in the description. So if anyone else is going to do something similar, then you've got it there. So I think that wraps up this 2-video series of repairing and refurbing this Dell Studio 1737 laptop into a media PC with a modern operating system, which is fully supported and updatable. It runs pretty well, actually, as you've seen. The only thing I may do is maybe double the RAM up to 8 GB, but we'll see how it goes. Right. Well, on that note, we will finish the video now, and we will see you on the next one.